Hey everyone, today is Friday, the 30th of November, 2018. This is Giddy Up, episode 447. I'm Luke Lawrie. Joab Gilroy's here. How you going, Joab?
I'm good. How are you, Luke?
It took me a couple of attempts that one. I'm alright. Had a big night, so
Yeah.
yeah, doing okay. I slept in till like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, so that's why we're recording quite late in the afternoon.
Quite late in the afternoon and in the week.
And in the week, yeah. For whatever reason, I just didn't realize it was Thursday yesterday.
Yeah. I was extremely busy anyway.
Yeah, I was running, so.
Yeah, so doesn't matter. We're getting it done. I don't think we have a huge one this week, especially after the last couple of weeks where
We said that last week.
Yeah, but like we had a suspicion. There was a sneaky suspicion that one might go long, and we were correct. I don't think we have quite as much to go on for this week because I don't know. It's a bit quieter, I guess. Yeah.
We'll see. We will see.
I wanted to open unless you've got something that you wanted to talk about.
Not really, no.
Yeah, I wanted to open with ancient bricks because I wanted to talk about this because it has replaced bricks and balls. Anyone who got bricks and balls, including you, Luke, needs to uninstall that shit now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a story on Tuesday or something that the company that publishes it, Cheetah Mobile, is in bed with the Chinese government and installs backdoor keylogger bullshit with all of their apps. So yeah, that's my bad, I guess. I don't know how the fuck I would have known, but yeah, if you've got bricks and balls, you should get rid of it off your computer right now. Oh, off your phone, rather, right now. Because, yeah, Cheetah Mobile are cheaters. And they're, stealing all your datas. They're in your base, killing your dudes. So get rid of that. And instead, I'm playing Ancient Bricks, which is not exactly the same, but it's pretty good.
Right. Cool.
Ancient Bricks. Oh, yeah, go.
You actually cut out for like 30 seconds just then for me, but that's cool. Everyone at home will not notice. It doesn't matter. We'll just pretend.
What about the people watching the recording?
That's fine. It'll just look like you were sitting there for 10 seconds.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's doing this shit again. I'm going to change some of my settings. I had it on like auto pickup, and I guess it's been doing that shit again, because remember we were playing Battlefield the other day and I kept having to yell at you guys. Anyway, this should be better.
You full on froze though.
Oh, okay.
Like you completely dropped out and then you just came back and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I thought you hard crashed.
Excellent. Cool.
Anyway, that's fine. Nobody will notice at home because it's cool. It's all good.
All right. Well, it is relevant to you though.
Yeah, I got the gist that I need to uninstall it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing Ancient Bricks instead. Ancient Bricks is what was that game called? Basically like the same as Bricks and Balls, same kind of thing, where you shoot balls up and bounce them. But is it Arkanoid? Yeah, you've got a paddle at the bottom, so you've only got one ball, and you keep that bounce going for as long as possible by dragging your finger along the bottom of the screen.
Right.
And that's the function of Ancient Bricks. It's pretty good. Like there's quite a bit to it. You've got like a mine where you mine extra gold, so there's a bit of an idle factor at play, and there's fucking tons of maps. And when you fail a map, you go back to the previous one. So you're incentivized to not fail. The only thing is it's not the most comfortable way to play a phone game, I find. It's definitely like 100% two hands, which isn't always the worst thing. But the other thing is you have to hold it in a way that you can keep your finger at the bottom of the screen, because my big fat fingers cover up the entire paddle.
Sure.
And so if it's not at the bottom of the screen, I can't see the fucking paddle. I know where it is because it's behind my finger somewhere, but you're trying to like the technique getting better at those games involves like like specifically hitting it on the edges of the paddle itself.
Right.
And so you don't want to just like block it. You want to like guide it in particular directions, which is difficult if you're not able to see the fucking paddle itself. But yeah, it's good. It's great graphics, surprisingly good physics engine,
Hmm.
and yeah, like so you collect gold to like upgrade your paddle and stuff, and as bricks explode, the gold falls down, but the gold won't fall straight away. You have to collect the gold, but it will only like it will collide with other bricks, and so you might wind up with like a shit ton of fucking gold just sitting on this one brick, and then you hit that brick, and it all drops down, and you catch it all at once, as opposed to like sprinkling out over the course of the fucking game. But yeah, it's good.
All right. All right. Well, I've uninstalled Bricks and Balls.
And
Um,
anything else by Cheetah Mobile? I don't know if you've got anything else. They had a couple of like file managers and stuff. I only had bricks and balls, but from them. But yeah, if anyone listening has anything by Cheetah Mobile, anything at all, get rid of it. It is compromised as fuck. Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, because I've been playing it a little. Like it's sort of the game I'll fire up when I'm watching like basketball or something, and there's a timeout or I don't know, like
Yeah.
a ad break. Or if I'm watching a movie and I'm like, this bit's a bit boring, so I'll whip out the phone for a bit. So yeah, I have been playing that, but I went back to Piffle the last couple of nights because I don't know. There's something about like Bricks and Balls. It was like it just seemed like the levels were always. It just doesn't throw anything new at you. Like it just seems like it's just different layouts, and that's probably about it.
That's it. Why does there need to be anything else? That's the
Well,
entire thing.
Piffle's throwing like different challenges at you, like different types of bricks. Like I've just gotten to a stage where I don't know if you remember that there was like concrete bricks that you had to hit on like certain sides because one of them was like fortified, and whenever you hit it, it just did no damage.
Yeah.
So now I'm up to ones where it's like two sides are fortified, and you can only hit it like on the top or bottom.
Right.
That's like 130 levels in now, but yeah, at least it's like it's still doing that progression thing where it slowly introduces new mechanics into the game, and it's quite easy, but then it ramps it up, and then you sort of solve that, and it's like, all right, well, here's now a new thing you can try and figure out, and while it's still also sort of throwing in all the old stuff at you. So yeah, like I don't know, I'm still playing that, but I'm still a bit iffy about like the whole fact that it does seem like a bit of a rip off of these other games. Like, yeah, I don't know. So I'll
Yeah.
check out this other one. I've just downloaded it. Ancient Bricks.
Ancient bricks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. So I've been playing Merge Planes.
What's merge planes?
It's an idle game on your mobile device. It was in the charts on Android.
Right.
Because yeah, as I said, I've been sitting there looking for something to play,
Yeah.
and that was just something on the list, and yeah, it's just caught my eye because like okay, yeah, I'll try another idle game on my phone and see what happens. I think it's pretty average. It's got really good reviews for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Basic idea is you have a flight path or a track, and you purchase racing planes, and each time they do a lap of the track, you get coins.
Oh yeah, I've played this.
Yeah, and every
Yeah.
time you get coins, you buy a plane, and you can only have a certain amount of planes on the track at once. And what you do is you merge planes together of the same level, and that upgrades them to the next level. So you start off with like basic level ones, and each time they do like a pass, you get a certain amount of coin, and each sort of plane has a value to it. So the higher level the plane, the more coin you get, and also the faster they can fly as well. So like the level one is pretty basic. and then you'll grab two level 1 planes, and then you can merge them together to make a level 2, or you can buy a level 2 plane, and it's sort of this thing of like, all right, well, I could buy 2 planes for 300 gold, like 2 level 1 planes for 300 gold, and maybe like a level 2 plane is 400 gold, and each time you buy it, it's increments, so it costs more and more for every single one you buy. So it's sort of managing like, all right, is it more expensive to just buy the lower cost planes, or is it better to just buy the more expensive one, and put them on your track? So yeah, you get to a stage in the game where it just kind of seems to just momentum stops. I've got like level 18 and 19 planes at the moment, and yeah, it's just like a day will go by and I'll just not do anything because it's got to the point where the planes cost so fucking much money, that I'm just not like, I'm not getting anywhere with it at all. And the game is constantly asking you to buy gems which you can use to basically boost the game, either by making planes go quicker, or they'll like increase the like multiplier of the gold you get per lap. It throws ads at you constantly, the game. Every time you basically want to, it'll be like, hey, do you want a free fucking some free crates, and each crate has like a plane in it, and then you watch like a 30-second ad, and then like there are certain situations where you want to buy a plane but you can't actually buy it. You've got to watch the ad to get that plane, and it like the actual cost of the plane will be like hidden. You can't just be like, I don't want to watch the ad. You have to watch it to progress because it's just fucking annoying. Sometimes you'll be buying planes, and then once you leave that screen, it'll throw an ad at you for 30 seconds. Like sometimes you won't even buy a plane and you'll exit the screen, and then it'll just throw a fucking ad at you. Like, it's just constantly throwing ads all the fucking time, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not getting any more planes, so all I'm doing is sitting here watching ads all the time. So yeah, I don't know why it's reviewed so highly. I think it's pretty below average in terms of an idle game. I don't think it's got a good art style. It throws like different. It seems to throw like tournaments at you, or like events every once in a while, where it's like, all right, there's a different type of track going on for these 2 days, and see who can get the highest on the leaderboard. But at the end of the day, like, the leaderboard just doesn't mean shit because it's the people that are spending money in the game to buy boosters and all that sort of crap. So yeah, pretty below average. I'm gonna uninstall that one when I start playing this Ancient Bricks game. But I don't know, man. If people have any recommendations for mobile games, let us know.
I'm interested. I like I guess I don't want an idle game necessarily, but I do like the not too involved games for my mobile experience at this point.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the mobile gap. It's our mobile games podcast. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining us.
Touch is gonna be short.
Yeah. As a promise, 15 minutes. It's actually, there are a lot of podcasts that are 15 minutes long. So, to be honest, this 16 minutes, we've gone long.
We have gone long. I'm surprised people are still listening at this point.
Nobody would listen to more than like 10 minutes, I think.
We should throw an ad in here right now, actually.
We should chuck an ad in. It's finger licking good time. KFC, welcome to the KFC ad special. Actually, I was watching this fucking video of this dude who made the fucking like Kratos' swords from God of War, and it's a tutorial video of how he created it all the way down the line. Like, he starts off with some sort of fucking foam, and he uses like 16 different tools because he's got this massive workshop. And he talks you through step by step as if anyone alive is ever going to be able to do this
It has any of
unless
this
they
shit.
work at a fucking special effects warehouse like he does or something. And then yeah, like he got to like halfway through and then he's like he did like a legit fucking full blown ad like in the show. And he's like, sometimes when I'm making stuff, I just need a coffee. And when I need a coffee, I go to some coffee subscription thing. But the best thing about this was that it was literally a third of the video long was this ad for fucking coffee. And this dude has fucking hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is going to put up with it? Like, I was annoyed. I was annoyed when it was like 5 seconds long. I was like, this is fucking silly, but I get it,
Man
I
got
guess.
eight.
But I pay for YouTube Premium, so I'm supposed to be dodging this shit. No, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This dude is like just fucking woo, yeah, 6 minutes of fucking coffee ad. What the fuck is going on? I'm trying to see how to make a fuck Kratos sword that I'm never gonna make over here, buddy. Choppity fucking chop. It was like it was very interesting from a like you go down a YouTube rabbit hole where you start off watching one thing,
Yeah.
yeah, you wind up like watching something completely fucking unrelated. That's what I was down, but like, what the Christ? I was full blown engaged with watching how he did this. He had an interesting voice and like he clearly knew his shit. So there was a lot going on to keep me engaged and watching. And then as soon as like I actually had to skip along to find out just how long this coffee segment was. Staggering. Lunacy. Anyway, we should do that, but with KFC, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
It's I like the videos where they like how-to videos, and then all of a sudden they just fucking take a turn. Like it's how to bake a cake, and for like the first 10 minutes, it's legit, and then
Yeah.
weird shit stuff starts happening.
There's like one specific channel that does that on the regular, right?
Yeah, I think it's like how-to or something like that.
How
But
to something, yeah.
it's fucking hilarious.
It is. There was, I can't remember what he was making, but like it wound up with like his entire apartment was just filled. I think it was like potato chips or something. And he poured out like the colander full of fucking potato,
Yeah,
and then like it just filled up the sink, and then like poured out another one, and then suddenly like his bathtub's full, and like that's fucking amazing. Like that is hilarious. That's the greatest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, I watch all of the hoes all the way through. But yeah,
Speaking of videos, have you seen the girlfriend reviews channel that blew up?
no, I saw it linked in our Discord channel,
Oh, really?
in our channel chat, but I haven't watched it yet.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance because I've been too busy watching people talk about coffee subscriptions for 6 minutes. Actually, the worst thing about the coffee, can I just say real quick, the worst thing about the coffee subscription thing is it's not available in Australia. And I was actually looking for a new coffee subscription
Right.
because I get beans delivered every fortnight, and my most current subscription ran out. And so I was actually literally shopping for this thing, and I could not get it. So it was completely fucking pointless, which is, yeah, just even better. Anyway, yeah, girlfriend reviews. Tell me about it.
All right. So yeah, this video just popped up online. I think it was last week. It was pretty recent. And it was like a girlfriend reviews Red Dead Redemption. I think was the first one, and it's just a satire video about like this girl talking about how much like it's not really a review of the game. I think it's a review of like her experience while her boyfriend plays it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes for a couple of minutes, and it fucking got a lot of hits. And then like the next day, a second video popped up. It was like Spider-Man, and then the day after was yet another video. I can't remember what the fucking other one was. Was it God of War or something? Can't remember. Anyway, there was like 3 or 4 videos up now.
Yeah.
And the channel has a fuckload of subscribers, like something ridiculous. It's just like completely blew up. But people are really, I don't know, like there's this conspiracy going around that it's like a spin-off of another channel.
What?
So yeah, like people are just like they don't understand like how this channel's gotten so much, I guess, traction in such a short amount of time, and
Right.
it's like the videos seem too like polished, I guess, or like they're not a video that you'd watch someone put up for the first time and be like, oh, this seems like someone that's never done this before. And for them to put up three so quickly, that's why
Yeah.
people are like, it seems like it's somebody else's channel, and
Yeah.
they've this is like a spin-off thing, but no one really knows what's going on. But yeah, they're very well made. They're
Cool.
funny, so it's just crazy that it's just three videos that's just taken off. I haven't watched them all. I only saw the first one a couple days back, so, and then I saw it posted somewhere else and on Reddit about these conspiracies about what's going on. I was just kind of reading about it, so yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got here?
Should we talk about Red Dead?
Yeah, we can do that.
Seeing how that's one of the ones they reviewed in Girlfriend Reviews.
Red
Yeah,
Dead
Red Dead
Online.
Online kicked off this week. Have you played it at all?
Yes, a bunch, a lot.
I haven't played it a lot. I'd say I've played it 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe. Compared to how much of Red Dead, like typical that I've played, it's a drop in the bucket. I'm split on it. Eh, I'm in two minds. It is, I guess, it's a bit like Battlefield for me, right? Playing on my own just feels sort of dull.
Right.
What do you reckon?
Okay. Yeah, so we're playing it as it's a beta at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're doing this staggered launch where the first day was the people with the ultimate editions.
Yeah.
And then like the second day was if you bought it at a certain time period like that, something like that. And if you like logged into the game, and then like they're doing this weird launch for it. Anyway, so yeah, I jumped on at 12:30 that night when it launched, and there's like a, I guess, tutorial section where it is not entirely online. It's sort of like a single player experience for the moment.
Yeah.
And that goes for about an hour or so, I'd say. I think about an hour before it actually
Yeah.
starts to like open
45
world
minutes.
aspect of it. And then yeah, it's the entire Red Dead Redemption map. And you start off by picking a campsite, and that is basically where you can change your wardrobe, cook your food, update your camp with different aspects of, you know, things like fast travel and whatnot. So sort of similar to the base game.
Yeah.
So
It's the camp from the base game, basically, but it's yours, and you decide where
yeah,
it goes.
there's no one else there except for one dude.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So you kind of pick this location, and then off you go. There are strangers within the world that you can go up and see. There aren't any random encounters or anything like that. There are still people in the world,
Yeah.
but you can't. I don't think you can interact with them anymore.
No, you don't. You don't say anything. There's no like greet or antagonize
Yeah.
or anything like that.
When you
Yeah.
hit the trigger button, just nothing comes up. You've got an emote.
You can
now.
emote. Yeah, emote. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there are strangers in the world. There are actual missions that you can go out and do. There are events similar to like GTA Online where you queue up and it's like, all right, you're doing this game mode now. Sometimes it'll be like Team Deathmatch, or there is
King of
a
the Hill.
loosely titled Battle Royale mode. There are horse
Is-
racing events.
Is there? I mustn't have played the Battle Royale mode.
Yeah. Last
it-
Man Standing, I think I'd call it.
Right.
No, it's, yeah, I mean, it's got a circle. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so the there are game events, and you can go in and queue up, and I've been doing a lot of that, mainly because at the moment that seems to be the most like it's pretty empty in terms of a shell. Like it seems the same sort of thing that they did with GTA Online, where they started that off and it was pretty empty. There wasn't a lot there, and they kept adding to it sort of each month, like new events, new content, whatnot. That seems like what they're going for with this one. There are things to do, like there are missions that you can go and complete, and it'll
Yep.
chuck you into matchmaking. I've done like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of those.
Yep.
Those experiences have been fine. Like, I haven't had any people being idiots, nothing like that. Everybody seems to be trying to play it properly. There
In
are
the
things,
missions, definitely, but in the open world, I seem
yeah,
to only encounter fuckheads.
yeah, and there's a reason for that. So I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, the
All right.
missions like are it's yeah. I mean, they're good fun. It's Red Dead with other people.
Yeah.
There are things like it starts off super basic where you're just going and stealing horses, and then you sort of escalate from there, and it gets to a point where you're going in and taking down fortresses and things like that. And that's kind of cool when there's 4 people with you.
Yeah.
4 people and an AI person, and you're just rolling on in and doing that sort of stuff. Or there was one mission where I'm not sure if you've done it, but you're in like a forest, going to this gang camp, and you can stealthily take down people. And it was interesting that people were actually fucking playing it that way, as opposed to just shooting everybody. Um,
I did a mission that it seemed like we could do stealth, and
Nobody did it.
never happened.
Um,
I like started out like walking up behind some dude with like my throwing knives out, and this other dude ran in and shotgun him in the back of the head. So yeah, uh, different experiences though. I guess different people, right?
yeah, but the checkpoint system is quite lenient as well. Some of the missions can go on for a little while, but if
Yeah.
you fuck up at the end point, it'll checkpoint it at a reasonable spot, which is
Right.
good. So that sort of stuff is fun. Like, I'd like to see a lot more of that, and I'd like to see it get to a stage where it was. And I'm sure they'll do it, like the heist mission in GTA, where you would build
Oh,
up.
100%.
Yeah, they'll get to that. But at the moment, it's pretty basic stuff in terms of the missions.
Yeah.
I haven't done them all. It doesn't seem like there's a lot. Maybe 10 missions up at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's a story to it as well. Like, there's something happening. Like, there there's a thing going on. Your character doesn't talk,
Yeah.
which is a little odd.
But they talk about that as well. Like they play into it.
Yeah,
They ham it up a bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, it's okay. It's not. It's definitely not on the same level as Red Dead. Like, it just feels empty at the moment. That's, I think, my biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the world aspect of going around and just like, there just doesn't seem to be any reason to run around at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's got the same problem that Fallout had, or Sea of Thieves, where there's no risk or reward to killing anybody in the game, so it just becomes this death match.
Yeah.
Especially because when it spawns you back in, you are so close to the other player. I had 2 guys, like, I just spawned in and I was checking the map or something, and like, I'm getting lassoed while I'm in the map and I don't even realize. And
Yeah.
I get back into the game, and yeah, like, I'm on the floor being lassoed, so I break free and they kill me. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So then I spent the next 10-15 minutes just following them around, killing them constantly, just because it's
Yeah.
like, fuck you. So they killed me once, and I killed them, like, I don't know, half a dozen times, and they couldn't do anything about it because I was just like, well, fuck you. I'm just gonna follow you
Yeah.
around the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no, like, nothing happens. You get marked as a murderer, and that's it.
Yeah.
All it does is show them on the map that you've killed somebody. You don't. I mean, you're losing ammo, but you're not losing any honor, as far as I can tell. Like, I'm maxed out in my honor.
Yeah. You can, as a like posse leader, you can put a bounty on someone.
So yeah, same as GTA.
Yeah. But that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, but there's no reason to do that because
I don't even find that the cops come after you for basically anything. It's not like the core game where you can't like ride down half a street and knock someone over, and then suddenly it's like fucking every fucking U.S. Marshal in southern western fucking United States wants to shoot you, hang you, draw you, and quarter you. Like, yeah, that's not in this. It seems like, yeah, I'll like bump into people all over the place, and they might get a bit upset, but they'll like generally just wander on. I was wanted once, and it lasted, yeah, but that was like for killing AI, and it was AI in a mission. Like they were coming to shoot me, and some rando fucking witnessed me because I saw them on the map,
Hmm.
and they hadn't shot. So I saw them like the red dots coming up over the map, and the moment one of them, their heads crested the map, I fucking blew his brains out. And then I popped the other one, and then some dude was witness to a murder, so I, shot him. I don't know. I don't know if I would have been wanted or if there would have been a bounty or what, but I never let it get that far, I guess. Yeah, it's just that's the only time that's even happened. Generally, yeah, people just don't care. I don't know. Money's a bit hard to come by. Have you
Oh,
noticed that?
I've got a decent amount now. You get quite a lot for doing the
In the missions,
in-game
yeah.
events.
But outside of the missions, yeah, I just don't seem to make that much money.
Yeah, the economy is definitely like a lot different. Things are
Yeah.
quite expensive.
Mm.
I saw like a meme going around about uh, how much things cost. I think it was from like Batman or something, like The Dark Knight. It's like
Yeah.
it's only going to cost you a measly like $60 million to get a horse or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things are quite expensive. But what I'd probably change about the PvP is do this something similar that like Fallout has done, where I don't know, maybe people shouldn't be on like change the honor system so that if you are murdering people, you lose honor, and
Yeah.
if you are dishonorable or whatever they call it, um, you can't see people on the map, but other people can see you. I'd probably do it something like that.
I saw a good suggestion that said that the higher your honor, the like closer you have to be before you show up on the minimap.
Right?
So
Yeah.
and that way you'd be incentivized as a high honor player to hunt down murderer players, because you'd have the drop on them. But otherwise, generally, you want to keep your honor pretty high so that you can, and then have it obviously lose honor for murdering other players,
Yep.
and make murderers free kills for high honor players. Maybe even give them a little bit of money or XP or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty similar to Fallout. Um, yeah, just a little tweak like that because in multiplayer, it is such a game of watching the minimap. Like you spend so much time watching the minimap to determine where an enemy is and to line them up for the next shot and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a really good suggestion. I think it worked really well.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that. I think would be good. Yeah, and just having some like getting something out of killing people, or because like there is like a revenge system in there, but you don't
yeah,
really get anything for that. Like I
no,
think a little bit of experience, but it's not a lot.
yeah,
So yeah, they need to tweak that a bit just to make there there needs to be a reason to actually go out and either kill people or be punished for killing people.
yeah.
Yeah, and like
Um,
it's quite easy just to avoid somebody. I mean, if you're in a fight, you just fucking fast travel out of there. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to fast travel. You just go into the map and click on free roam and select a different part of the map, or select
yeah,
the same part.
and
Just
you'll load it somewhere
yeah,
different.
you'll load
Yeah.
in somewhere. So yeah, there are ways to avoid it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've been doing a bunch of the game events. There is some interesting ones in there. It basically just queues you up into a lobby,
Yeah.
and people
Random
jump in.
selection.
Yeah, and you just play random game modes. There are like deathmatch modes where it's just you versus everybody. There
Versus 31 other motherfuckers. That
yeah, there
shit's
are,
hairy as balls.
and sometimes there'll be like different types of weapons in the environment that you can go and pick up.
Hmm.
Yeah, most of those have been pretty fun.
I
There are,
like I like the ones where you have a set like weapon, like set weapons, because the ones where you have whatever it is, regular weapons or whatever, you're using your own ammo, which
Yeah,
fucking sucks.
ammo's pretty cheap. I mean, you
Yeah, it's
could.
mostly just a case of if like I spent a 2 hour block just cycling through with the same group of people because it was, you know, uh, there's some good bands and they seemed like decent people and we were all like everyone was sort of trading in the spots like in the rankings and yeah, like it was just fun, right? Like that's what you want basically is that sense of social gaming
Mhm.
while playing, these games. But yeah, I had to quit because I had like fucking, I think it was 14 bullets left for my repeater, and that was it. And I'm like, well, unless I'm gonna knife every motherfucker in the next couple of rounds, I gotta bail. You don't even replenish it when you pick up. Like, if you have I've got a pump action because it was free with the special edition or whatever. You have it in multiplayer for free or whatever. So I had that, and I'd go pick up a double barrel and ammo for the double barrel, and that wouldn't contribute to my pump action shotgun. So you can't even replenish ammo unless you purchase it, which is difficult to do between rounds unless I was missing buy more ammo button. I know it existed in GTA Online, so I had a look, but I couldn't fucking find it. I don't know.
Yeah, there is one.
Is that?
Yeah, it's there's like a weapon loadout um screen where you can choose your like long arm, your offhand weapon, and in
Right.
that screen you can click on purchase rounds,
Shit. Well, okay, fair enough.
and it'll refill up your ammo, so you don't actually have to leave. And yeah, like I said, it's pretty cheap. I think repeater ammo is like 40 cents for a pack of 60 or something, and
Yeah.
you get enough money out of the events that like it's minuscule. Like it's
You're not running at a loss or anything.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the weapons that cost a lot and the fucking horses and cosmetic items. So
Yeah.
ammo
Yeah.
is fine. So yeah, you can definitely buy it in the options menu. The thing is that there's like a countdown. I think it's like 30 seconds between each round.
Yep.
And I think it gets to about 10 seconds, and that's when you can't purchase anything or change your
Yeah,
loadout.
right.
It stops
Yeah.
from there. So, but generally, there are game modes where, like the weapons in the game, are different, so it's not using your own resources.
Yeah, there's a couple of really good ones. There's one where you get more points for depending on the weapon you kill.
Yeah, that one's
So if
broken.
you use like the repeater or the shotgun, you get like fuck all points. But if you just run around knifing motherfuckers, which is what I did,
Yep.
I think it's the only mode I won. Um,
Yep.
yeah, roll around like just fucking stab, turn around, stab, fucking stab, fucking whip out the tomahawk and throw it at a motherfucker and then run up and stab him. Yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff.
that mode is broken at the moment. Yeah, the tomahawk is fucking OP as shit. Like I just sat in that game yesterday and just fucking ruined everybody. Didn't even use a gun for all of them that I played.
Yeah.
And I'd finished the game with like 15 kills, and people were fucking raging on the chat. Like some American dude was so upset because I
Really?
was just because like everyone's running around with guns, and I'm just
Yeah.
farming tomahawks the entire game, and
That's what you're meant to do.
and people can't fucking dodge them. Like they're
Yeah.
pretty accurate,
Yeah.
because in order to fire a gun, you're generally standing still. Like a lot of the time, standing still to aim, and nobody like the moment they stand still, they're fucking dead unless they headshot you with a gun, because it's gonna take them 3 shots, 2 shots, or
Yeah.
a shotgun to kill you. And you can launch that thing from fucking ages away, and it'll hit them. Like it's auto targeting. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just destroying everybody every time that map came up, and I just run around with a tomahawk and no one. Yeah, this
The
American
people
dude
in my
was-
group, like, they all caught on super fucking quick. And yeah, everyone seemed to find it pretty fucking amusing, I thought.
yeah,
again, that's it, right? Like different fucking groups have different fucking experiences. Um, but
Halfway
yeah,
through one game, this
yeah,
American dude that was raging the entire time because you can hear them talking.
yeah,
Uh, he decided to try and tomahawk, and I did this sick shot where we both stopped. He threw his tomahawk, I threw mine, but I
yeah.
dived out of the way, and he fucking lit up. It's like, oh my god, like I hit the dude.
Ah,
It was pretty
how do
cool.
you dive? I haven't worked that out yet.
I think it's square.
Square.
But
Okay.
you got to have the trigger button down to dive.
Oh, okay. Like what? Left
You
trigger?
have to aim,
Yeah. Okay.
and then I
Yeah.
think it's square or something. I don't know. Just mash it. He'll just dive out of the way.
Right.
But it was amazing. He was so upset, this dude. It was good.
Gold.
So yeah,
Um.
they're good fun, and some of them sometimes they'll be like it's two teams and it's like 6 versus 6, and other times it's like there's 4 teams, and there's like 2 person on each team, 2 or 3 people. So
Are you doing like the small playlist or something?
yeah, the one
'Cause
I was
all the
doing,
games I play have like fucking 20 plus cunts in them, and the teams are always like four apiece. A couple, yeah, there was a couple that are like 12 apiece,
yeah,
and you're just like, all right, see what we can do. Everyone sort of talks like semi works together, but yeah, like they're generally doing their own thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of different one. We never did a racing one. I don't think the large playlist has racing
I
events.
think it's
I
a
never saw one.
separate event mode because it's
Oh,
on
okay.
the screen that you can use to pick them. It's
Yeah.
like small, large, and racing. So I didn't
Uh,
get any as well when we were doing
I, I had no interest in doing them, to be honest.
no, I mean that seems like unless they're giving you specific horses,
Yeah,
that's got to be the way it works, right? Otherwise, it'd just be no point.
you would hope. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, it'll just be, well,
Just
fuck,
look the
I've got
best
an
horse.
Arabian horse,
Yeah.
and I'm already level 3 with the fucking thing, so I will be better than like most people. My horse will be just generally better. Yeah. I did a couple of rounds. I played a bit of it with Adam Matthew from Official PlayStation and Anthony O'Connor, who writes for, I cannot remember off the top of my head. He's a movie reviewer though, and high value. He came on and talked about Dark Souls 3. Andy Londo, both of them came on for that episode of the Gap. Yeah, extremely high value, and yeah, it was entertaining. Like just very entertaining because we all had different. Like you do some of the missions, and you get to the end, and you've got to decide how you're gonna like. You've got that moral choice.
Yeah, and you
Fuck,
can
that
see
was
what people are picking as well.
fucking very amusing. Very amusing because I was picking the evil shit the entire time, and
Right.
they were,
Okay.
but because they outnumbered me, we just sort of got railroaded into doing whatever they wanted. Uh, that would be the only different thing I'd like to see is perhaps some way of forcing us to decide who wins. Like if it's 2v1, just make us have a fucking shootout 2v1 style. Like why not?
Mm,
Like I'll take my chances.
I'll shoot some people.
What I believe in, damn it.
Yeah.
But it'd also
Um.
be one of those like it's sort of that end betrayal type shit. I love betrayal in video games or in all games. To be
Kane
honest,
Lynch.
yeah, Kane and Lynch style. Yeah, exactly. That's what it needs. That's what more or like fucking heaps of games need is that sort of betrayal. I would play the fuck out of battle royale where like whoever's left in the last circle dukes it out with the rest of their fucking team to decide who's the actual winner. I would love it. I would shoot you in the back of the fucking brain and before we even got into that position, and then I would take out every motherfucker around. Yeah. Actually, speaking of battle royale, I cannot get over how fucking much I would love battle royale in Red Dead. I reckon there's so much about like this game world that's like just lends itself to the concept really well. Like it's such a really beautifully realized map that and it just yeah, I wish it had proper large scale Fuck, I'd be cool with like 30-person battle royale, and you just do it over like a certain, because they already do maps right out of
It's
certain
in there, you know this,
locations.
right?
But it's you said it was just last man standing. It wasn't
I
fucking.
mean, at the moment, that's how it kind of feels like. Mainly because it seems like they're starting off on a small scale.
Right,
It is bow and arrow at the moment, and I
right,
think throwing knives.
right.
So you get randomly put into a location.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they've only got the one area at the moment because I've only ever seen it in the one. I've only ever seen like the one map.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I feel like I've only ever seen the one map played, and yeah, it's a circle, and it's like you can't go outside of this circle. Otherwise, I think I'm not sure if you take damage or if it shows other players on the map where you are.
Right.
Because I've had a notification, and I don't know if it was because I was standing still, or if I because I was outside of the circle that it came up and said players can see where you are, like or you're detectable or something like that.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah, on the top of the screen there is a how many players are left. It tells you when people are dying,
Yep.
and you just run around and basically one shot people with bow and arrow.
How was this not in the playlist I played?
I'm not, yeah, I don't
Because
know.
we cycled all the way through. I don't understand.
It must be only. That's why I'm thinking it's only in the small playlist and it's only that
Right.
one area. Because I don't
Yeah.
see how you would put 30 people in that area.
Yeah.
It's only like 12 or something at the time being,
Okay.
and it's not like you can use whatever guns you want. It's just bow and arrow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I
Um,
did like I would want looting to be in it and all that kind of stuff as well. So I want the whole fucking kit and caboodle.
yeah, but no, it's got the concept there of here's a circle, it's shrinking. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem to shrink to a really small point. Like it gets to a stage where the circles still seem pretty big, and it wasn't getting any smaller. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, but it definitely does shrink the area. Oh no,
Yeah.
there was more than one map. Yeah, I do remember now.
Okay.
There was one that was in like the Grizzlies, and one down near like Saint Denis or in the swamp area was the other one that I was doing. So yeah, no, there's definitely more than one area, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it's just a weird style of play because it's just bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and it's like it's super tense. They do like a heartbeat radius thing when you're within range of somebody else. Like
Right.
I think your controller starts vibrating or
Like the
something.
killer in Dead by Daylight or something.
Yeah, yeah. So you can tell there's someone nearby, and I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that.
All right.
And I guess like if they ever got to the point where the circle got small enough, you wouldn't need that. But
Yeah.
because the circle's so big at the time being, maybe that's why it's in there. So and yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Like the whole, it should be about sneaking up to people because I was using it to literally find where people were because I would run in and out of the circle radius and then get an idea of all
Yeah.
right, they're in this direction. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like that at the moment. I don't know
Fair
why it's
enough.
there. But anyway, so that mode's there. Um, there's like a control point mode as well, where you have points on the map you need to capture. Have you done that
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
It's like a
I'm not a
team
fan of
system.
it. I'm not a fan of that one because it's the spawn system seems pretty weird. Like I had a couple of rounds where my team was just spawned nowhere near the fucking points, and it seemed like there was one team that was spawned consistently very close
Right.
to two of the capture points, and so even if you push them out of the point, they would be able to spawn back in and get there quicker than you were able to respawn, and like your teammates were able to respawn and get back to you. So it was extremely difficult to like hold a point when they were just spawning super fucking close. And I have no idea why it worked that way or how to change it from working that way or anything like that. So yeah, we just sort of had to suck it up and lose. Yeah,
Right.
I've never had the favorable spawn system in that mode. So yeah, so far not the greatest experiences with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I think that's all the modes we've talked about, right? There's like deathmatch, team deathmatch. There's nothing else I can think of that I've missed. Um,
No.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
like that's
have you gotten to any of the loot crates on the like deathmatch year maps? There's like loot has spawned,
yeah.
or
No.
treasure has spawned or something.
That's the one where it's like a free for all and every person is worth a point, and the
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
had the most points are worth more points. If you know
The
what I
most,
mean.
yeah, more kills you get, the more points you're worth. Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah,
and the person that's leading shows up on the map.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only
I
time I've seen those crates is in that map.
and I've never managed to get to one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Um,
eh,
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
about that mode either. It's all right.
It's like yeah, it's pretty odd. You do it just feels like one of those ones where you're better off not being in first place in the last like minute. You want to be in second place because everyone goes for the big points on not like on first place,
Mm.
and that because they're so easy to find, and there's a bit of a scramble to get the points. So as second place, you can very easily catch up just by farming those kills instead. You don't
Sure.
even go for the player in first. You go for the players going after the player in first.
Hmm.
And yeah, so it feels like being in first until like literally the end is a bit of a disadvantage. But yeah, and so I don't know. I don't know about that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it just seems like the game at the moment is playing those events.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and I'm sure they'll like that stuff was fun in GTA Online what we did as well.
yeah,
Um, but they added a lot more content along the way. I'm sure they'll do the same thing here. It just feels like the world is when you look at online and then you look at normal Red Dead, you can see such a huge difference. Like how much the random encounters and like fill that world and make it feel more alive. It
yeah,
really changes it a lot because everything else is there. There are people in the world. There is hunting. It's just it just feels dead, even
yeah.
though all that stuff
Feels
is there.
empty by like comparison. Yeah.
Mm. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's okay at the moment. It's an okay starting point.
It is. It's a good starting point. It's got a lot of potential for growth, and I will absolutely be tracking where it grows into. I want to make it to. I think it was rank 14, so I can buy my fucking bow and arrow and fishing rod, and then I can just sort of do hunting things. But yeah, otherwise, not terribly incentivized to push all the way through. There are some interesting ability cards, the like Deadeye cards.
Yeah, and passives.
Uh, yeah, there's one where if you get to rank 50, you can't be auto aimed onto,
Oh wow.
but you can't auto aim either.
Oh okay.
And it'd mostly be good as a sort of surprise for people who like heavily lean on auto aim
Yeah.
to just not
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah, I mean,
track
there's
onto
some
you.
cool stuff in there. There are cards that cater towards like teamwork as well. There was one where if you trigger Deadeye, it starts healing your teammates,
Yeah,
you and your teammates. So like you could have one person practically playing support
yeah,
in deathmatch, which is an interesting,
hmm.
yeah, interesting sort of like different loadouts and whatnot.
Yeah,
And they've got ranking systems, so you level them up, and they do
yeah.
different things. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm only like level 13 or 12 or something like that at the moment. Um, but yeah, no, it's okay. There's definitely potential. There's a lot of levels. I think it's 100 levels
Yeah,
at the
I think
moment.
it is. Yeah,
But the matchmaking is a little weird. It seems to be throwing me. I don't know where. Like I've had games where I think the free roam seems to be. I'm running into like a lot of Australians or people in Asia, so I don't know where the server is.
yeah,
Um, but in the events, it's everywhere. Like I'm getting
yeah.
Americans, I'm
It's
getting
just anyone playing or
people
something. I don't know.
from no one from Europe, but I'm getting people from Asia.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's like the west coast of America. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird mix.
Doesn't seem too laggy, so that's a good thing.
I'm not seeing anybody warping around or
Yeah.
nothing like that. Um, so yeah. Anyway, but at the same time, I'm not like fucking. It's not a Twitch shooter, or like it's pretty slow paced shooting.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good starting point. I'd like to see more. I'm keen to see like some bank heists or robbing trains or shit like that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's even got me more confused about why the map is as big as it is, including the bottom left hand corner of the map in there. Like
Yeah.
I still don't understand what the deal is with that. It's so strange.
Yeah, I don't have a good theory on it, to be
My
honest.
only like I've thought about it. The only reason I could think is that they're going to do a remaster of the original Red Dead
Yep.
Redemption
Yep.
and just use like it'll be part of this. That's the only fucking reason I can think of at the moment.
Didn't I pitch that exact idea? I'm
Did
pretty
you?
sure I did on the podcast. And I said specifically, I would 100% play the fuck out of that.
But the other thing is that Mexico's not there, right? So unless they're putting that in later,
True.
because
Yeah.
it's what basically a third, um, a third of the map
Yeah.
or two thirds, maybe two thirds. Mexico's because
Maybe
you've
they
got
just get rid of it because everyone hated the Mexico.
yeah, they're just like fuck it.
Apart from the ride into Mexico, everyone hated
Yeah,
Mexico. Red Dead 1. Yeah.
because there are like a couple of missions down there, one or two, but otherwise like it's still empty. I just yeah, they've got to have something planned because I just don't know why it's there. It's
Yeah.
so strange. Anyway,
Hmm.
all right, what else we got on the list we talk about?
Artifacts. Should we talk about that real quick?
Sure. So this came out like yesterday or something.
Yes. Yesterday, I sold all my cards.
Hmm.
I made a slick. Let's have a quick look. A slick $24.90, which is not the $27.99 that it costs to buy into the game, but it's pretty close.
Pretty
I
close. Yeah.
could
How much a packs?
$2,
Right. How many packs did you get?
10.
Okay. Yeah. So you made more money.
I suppose, yes. Um, yeah, because you got 10 packs plus two starter decks, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah. Maybe.
eh, eh.
You obviously didn't get any rare cards.
I did. I got Time of Triumph,
Ah,
which
okay.
is the only one I got. But yeah, I didn't get any rare heroes or anything like that. So yeah, none of the big money makers. But yeah, Time of Triumph. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that one wound up being worth a lot more eventually. People are going to work it out. The only reason it's not worth more than it is because you can have three of them. So I guess economically speaking, you can only have and play one axe.
Hmm.
And technically, Axe comes with three other cards, so there might be some thinking that buying one Time of Triumph or is not worth a single Axe or something like that. That's ridiculous, though. I mean, Time of Triumph is a win button, uh, and yeah, like I shared a clip in Discord, but there was a competition happening today
Right.
uh, and Time of Triumph literally decided. I think like 60 or 70% of the matches that they played. Anytime someone was playing red, Time of Triumph decided who won.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's goofy. It's a stupid fucking card, and it shouldn't be the way it is. But it is, and they can't do anything about it. They can't nerf cards because if I paid $12 for a card and they nerfed it into Oblivion, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd probably be getting onto that class action bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, because they're taking a cut. So yeah, if they're deliberately plumping up cards and then nerfing them to take a bigger cut of sales, yeah, it's probably some tricky legal ground there. So yeah, they can't really nerf cards. They're in a very tricky spot. As it is, they specifically said they won't unless it looks like a card has to be in a deck for it to win. Or, for people to win, they have to have that card and that deck. As it is, having Axe and having Time of Triumph seems like an insta win. And the other one is in green, Drow Ranger.
Sure.
Having Drow Ranger and Cheat Death, where if you have those two cards, you put yourself in a very commanding position before anything at all is played. Drow Ranger has like silence and gives all
Like a buff.
all units +1 damage. Cheat Death flips a coin, and 50% of the time, lethal damage does not actually kill in that lane.
All right.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's stupid fucking bullshit. Because it's not just attacks. It's not like they somehow win a accidental a Duke or you know who this is. Sir Action Slacks made a meme deck where he would he's got Ravenous Mass, and Ravenous Mass will grab the stats of two things next to it and then absorb them and get bigger. But those two things will die.
Right.
Cheat Death procs on that. So he wound up with this massive fucking unit plus the hero that he attempted to absorb. So it was just, untouchable. There aren't enough cards to really do anything about that kind of shit as it is, I guess you could, there is always condemn a creep or whatever the fuck, but having to tech specifically to deal with what if someone does this meme shit. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure condemn. No, don't quote me on this, but I think condemn also fails on Cheat Death, so there's a chance that you could not kill said unit anyway.
Right.
Or you'd have to flip a coin on it. It's just bullshit. It's utter bullshit. Like, there's so much of that bullshit. There's so much RNG bullshit throughout that fucking game, and I don't understand how anyone could be about that shit. Fuck it. Anyway, so yeah, sold all my cards. I can still play random drafts for free and gauntlet stuff, but I won't. Probably. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's getting a bit bashed on the old Steam there.
Yes. Yeah, the monetization system is not popular. Yeah. With good reason, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't see how they fix it. Like, it's too late, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Like it's baked into the DNA of the game. So I don't think that they can really do anything about it, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Cool.
Next. Obra Dinn. Have you finished Obra Dinn?
Yeah, I guess loosely finished. There is an ending.
Okay.
So yeah, I talked about this last week. It's a new game from Lucas Pope, the guy that made Papers, Please. It is a first-person murder mystery game set on a boat, where you have a magic compass, magic time watch, and and you activate the watch, and it shows you how these people died, and you have to figure out a couple of things. You have to figure out the person's name, how they died, and I guess what killed them or who killed them, and with what weapon as well. Pretty basic, but yeah. So I went through and finished that. There is an ending, and you get an ending based on how many things you've solved. and if you don't solve everything, then I guess it changes the way the ending plays out. But you can
Right.
go back once you finish and
Yep.
continue to solve everything. I think there are 60 passengers on this boat, and
Yep.
once you complete all those details, I'm guessing the ending changes. But yeah, man, it's super simple. I'm still not a fan of the pace of the game, the way that it kind of shows you how somebody like died, or what's going on in this scene, but you can't interact with anything at that point. I'm not. Yeah, it's a weird decision because I don't even know if that part needs to be there. I guess it's there because sometimes there is dialogue, but even then, like, you could just have it play out normally. I don't know. It's strange. So it basically shows you like, oh, here's what happened, and then for about a minute you're standing around looking at stuff, but you can't interact with anything. Like, it's just it immediately pulls you out of that moment when it goes to the part where you can start doing things. And then there are moments where it's like, oh no, this bit hasn't finished yet. We're going to show you the next stage of what happened, and that can happen like 5 or 6 times in a row. And all of a sudden you're like, all right, well, where was the first one? Like, I don't remember where the first one started. So that's just a weird thing that I've noticed. I don't like that part of the game, but otherwise, yeah, it's okay. I'm digging it. Seems like a lot of people really like this game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's fine. It's pretty. Like, it's an interesting idea. I don't know if it's. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to you because it
Yeah,
is.
I had a look, and it's not the pacing in particular. I don't think I can do.
Yeah, it's too. I'd like it sped up. Like, I want to play it at my pace, but it really fucking slows you down.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, man. Like, I know. I was talking to some people last night
Mm.
that they're like, yeah, it'll be on my top 5 at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah. I
Cool.
mean, there's cool ideas. Just the pacing for me is a bit slow. I like to do
Yeah.
like I like to solve puzzles quickly.
Yeah.
Or but this seems to like want you to really take in the environment and look at stuff. But I'm like, all right, I know how to fix this. Let me do it. But instead, I've got to wait for a minute before I can kick on. Um, yeah, cool idea, interesting game.
Cool.
What else is there? Call of Duty was on there, I think.
Yeah. Black Ops 4.
Yeah, we played
Yes.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Some Blackout.
Handsome.
I also play. You played some zombies as
I
well.
played some zombies. We actually had a pretty good run. Yeah, we got pretty deep in, which was pretty good. Surprising because I was the only one who played a lot of it. We played like 2 level 1s, like Squirrel and Jai. Hadn't played any of it, and there was me, and we
Mm.
added a bot in to see what we could do. And yeah, it was interesting, but it was basically me just like dragging these bambinos along through to the point where even I couldn't fucking make up for. Was basically playing a solo in like literally every round. They would all die early, and I would have to finish out the round. And yeah, they were getting bored of watching me, so I just sort of let myself die. But yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Um, yeah, played some Blackout. We got a win. Was it our first game? I think we got a win.
Was it our
Second.
first? I don't know. It felt like we had a bunch of games where we did not do so well, and
Oh.
then we managed to turn it around. But yeah,
Yeah, and I was wondering if that was because we had Jai, like the matchmaking kicking in.
yeah,
Don't know.
yeah, true. We had a
Um,
bunch of like seconds and stuff. I think my problem is I like struggle to switch between Battlefield and Black Ops.
hmm,
I don't have the same buttons, so I
right.
my muscle memory's fucked, and
Change buttons.
some of them, need to be the way they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sort of just throws me into the bone zone when yeah, I just don't do things that I expect that I will do. But yeah, it's it's still awesome. I still really enjoy it. Uh, yeah, we had some rough games. We had some games where we were just getting fucked, and our communication was for shit, and it drives me bananas. But it sorted itself out. We got our shit together, and then bingo bango.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
good stuff.
Battlefield.
Battlefield again. I can't stop. I I properly feel spoiled for choice. I've been having so much fun, like deciding which of these we're going to play, and yeah, I think it's awesome having that much choice. I think they're both fucking spectacular. Um, we did have a really good run the other day when we were playing against this dude. There was this dude who was just murdering our team. The other team was losing, so we were winning, but this dude was in a plane and he just spent the entire fucking game in a plane. And he knew all the bombing spots, and he was like a good pilot, full credit. But yeah, he just non-stop bombing over and over until I jumped in an AA tank. And we took him down, fucked him. I think Squirrel was on the AA gun near me as well.
Yeah.
So he went in for another run, went to refill, which is such a fucking cool mechanic. The idea that you got to refill your ammo after a successful run forces you to go to certain places, or like, and so if you want to be as efficient as possible, you hit one on one side and then you go to the refill spot on the other side so that you can bomb on each run. But we were forcing him to actually go refill on the opposite side of the fucking map each time, which gave our team so much breathing room, which is fucking sick. And then, yeah, we shot him down enough that he literally stopped trying to bomb other people and spent the rest of the fucking map trying to bomb me.
Yeah.
That is...
He didn't have any deaths.
Primo.
Yeah. We were like, fuck it. We're just going to make it our mission to kill this dude now.
We're just going to kill the fucking plane. Screw it. The skies are closed, motherfucker. And we did it. And yeah, he spent literally the rest of the round trying to kill me. And yeah, Nate was like on support duty, keeping me alive. We were like continuing to force him to go reload down the other end of the fucking map, because if he tried to do it near us, we'd kill it. Like, we'd shred him. It was fucking spectacular. It was really good.
Yeah, and then he ended up on my team yesterday when I was playing.
Yeah. But it wasn't me a cheese monster, right?
No, because we were playing Rotterdam and Devastation.
Right.
So two maps where there were no planes.
Yeah.
It's a well, I guess both of them there are tanks, but
yeah, mostly infantry.
Yeah, it's an infantry map. So yeah, he couldn't do any of that.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
And you've been playing some combats, some like assault sniper shit, huh?
Yeah, so I've changed. I started leveling up assault this week. And there is this gun that is stupid. I don't think we talked about it last week. Anyway, yeah, Nate's like, you should use this gun. It's you'll smash with it.
Oh yeah, fucking hell, the shredder.
I unlocked it. The first game I started using it, I went like 50-6 or something like that. And it was just me and Nate playing. It was like a 2-man team, and we fucking destroyed the other team. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Guess I'm playing. Guess I'm not playing support anymore. I was being hampered with this shit gun. You know, like, I don't actually know. It's not a shit gun. Just this other gun shreds people so quickly. I can take out like 3 people within a second. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not having issues where I'm running out of ammo, because you pick up ammo while killing people. And it's only got 20. It starts off with 16 rounds.
16, yeah, holy fuck.
Which is not a lot, but then you can unlock an extra 5 bullets, and 21 seems pretty, like, decent.
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't many situations where I'm like, oh shit, I wish I had more ammo, because I can just quickly switch to my pistol. But you can get a lot of pistol kills. And yeah, it's an up close weapon. Like, it just murders everybody. So that's been pretty good. I feel like I'm going to be maining assault for a little while we're playing.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I've been playing sniper while I'm just running around by myself with our team.
So, yeah.
And having a lot of fun with sniper.
Pulling off some sick headshots.
Yeah. I'm the gun I'm using is the default. I think it's the default sniper rifle, and the range on it is not great. There's a lot of drop off. I guess the bullet velocity is pretty low.
Right.
And the damage is okay. Does about 70, 80, between 70 and 80 damage on a body shot. So if you do hit someone, you can pull out a pistol if they're close enough and just two-tap them, one-tap. But yeah, I'm primarily using it as a close range gun. I've got a 3x on it, and yeah, it's fine. As in, like I feel like we could play me as a sniper as well, and we'd do fine.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the way I was playing sniper in Battlefield as well. It was pretty close range sniper.
Yeah.
Like I don't sitting at the back of the map is just fucking boring to me. It doesn't make any sense. So that's not the way I play it. But interesting choices with the flare gun this time around. Because we would run sniper in our old team because of the flare gun, right? It was a good way of showing you where other people on the map were. The way it worked in Battlefield 1 was you'd pop it and you'd get a radius on the map, and anybody in that radius on the other team would show up. And generally it was pretty big radius. You'd clear out a site quite easily.
Yeah.
The way it works this time is it's still a flare gun, but you no longer just shoot it anywhere and it shows you a radius. Now you shoot it into the sky and it slowly descends. And as it descends, the radius gets smaller. So if you actually shoot it at the ground, it'll still light up, but it's a super small circle. So the idea is you basically shoot it straight up in the air, and it's more of a I don't know, it seems like a way of like capping an area and being like, all right, is anybody coming in, or like I'm gonna hold this area, as opposed to a offensive thing. Like you can use it as offense, but the circle's quite small. So I think that needs to be changed a little bit. That it needs a buff or something. I think in terms of like defending a spot, it's fine, but if you're trying to get to a location, which I feel like that's the purpose you'd want it for.
Yep.
Yeah, that needs to change because the circle just doesn't. It's way too small to get anything done. So yeah. Have you tried it at all? The flare gun?
I'm still 0 XP as recon.
Right.
Not playing recon.
The other thing I unlocked was the spawn beacon.
Fuck yes.
And I think that would be pretty helpful because we play pretty aggressive.
For our like super flanks. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we'd basically pop it into like a on the way, like between a point or close to a point, and then just use that as a spawn in case we die. So I definitely could see us running a recon as well.
Folding a recon into the mix finally. Yeah.
But I want to get a better sniper rifle. I want to try some of the other ones and see how good they are. Like the one I'm using, it's okay. I'd like something with maybe a little bit quicker reload. Like the one it's got is pretty decent. Like because there was one in Battlefield 1 that was ridiculous. That's the one I started using when I was like snipering in this game is terrible. And then Nate was like, try this one. I was like, actually, sniping's pretty good now.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see what that gun is. I'm hearing like the Kar98 might be pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
But I don't know if that's like a camping sniper gun.
Yeah, right.
Like, can I use that as an offensive sniper?
Yeah.
So yeah, been having fun playing that. We had some good matches the other day where we like there was 2 games I think in a row. One of them was on what's the bridge map?
Twisted Steel.
Twisted Steel, yeah. Where we were having this ridiculous fight. It was like it felt like it was our team versus 2 other teams, and this fight went
squad
for like
versus 2 other squads.
Minutes.
You mean? Yeah. It was literally the entirety of a single fucking like map around, and it was just us like battling against honestly overwhelming odds. We were outnumbered the entire fucking time. It was goofy, and we managed to fucking make it work.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
also at their spawn, which wasn't helpful.
Yeah,
but for us, but like we got to the point where we were there for like 20 minutes while we had like fucking 3 teams trying to kill us.
Yeah, Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And
Yeah,
yeah, and because this was their point, we just kept respawning on each other because we always had somebody up. Like they never managed to
yeah,
kill us, or we'd finally cap it, and after killing everybody, and then we'd have a place to spawn, and then they'd come back in, and like they got to the point where they were sending fucking tanks in at us and shit.
yeah,
And we were just blowing up tanks constantly because we were running a couple of assault, and
yeah,
we just blow the tanks up.
yeah. It was sick. I was medic, and I felt desperately underpowered every single fucking time any tank came in. It was like that's probably the worst thing is that there was one time where I was the last one alive out of our squad, and I'm sitting just outside the cap zone waiting for you guys to spawn back in, and then I noticed that like the circle, like the fucking cap zone has actually gone back to reset gray.
Mm.
Like what the fuck? And it meant that they'd all died as well.
Ah,
So as a squad, we'd managed to wipe out the other two squads, but they'd taken out most of us. So I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit. So I ran back into the point, and you guys spawned, and I got done by a tank from up on the fucking hill near B or something. Like seconds after you guys spawned in, it was fucking goofy. It was amazing. I couldn't have done anything, and then probably the tank probably would have got me at some point anyway. But yeah, just awesome. Really good. Like Twisted Steel is easily my favorite map. There's so many different little pockets where you can have just spectacular fucking battles. The bridge over at D, I reckon the fights around D are exactly what I want to see when they finally bring out some like Pacific theater maps. That sort of battle is awesome. There's some really interesting spots that you can build fortifications that aren't specifically on the flag as well. Like D's at Awesome Point, yeah, that was C and A that we were battling over, like going back and forth on.
mm.
Awesome stuff there. I feel like F and G are a little bit more like a little bit dull by comparison. But I don't think I think it's more that it just feels that way. Like we switch sides.
Yeah.
It's when like we were on the other side, coming from the German side, and we fucking pushed their shit in at F and G. We were like all over that stuff. That was their base. It's just not as close. I think F and C are not as close as C and A, and so it's harder to have that same back and forth. It's easier to once you cap F, it's easier to then hold F from like incoming respawns because it's also the way the spawn is. You know, they're not symmetrical maps, and yeah, I think it's a little bit easier. But if you're allies, you just don't let them take F basically. Yeah, it's awesome. Yep.
Yeah, I'm really liking, still liking all the maps for me. I think the one that maybe I least like is the ice map.
Snow map with planes only.
Yeah, I mean, I still like. I don't hate it. I still like it. Like I like the choke points.
I think there are some awesome fights to be had on that map. Absolutely. Yeah. I just don't like the inability to deal with planes.
Yeah, mainly because like it's so weird the placement of the AA guns. I think the placement at the east side of the map where you've got this giant area.
E.
Yeah, I think that's fine. But on the other side of the map where the other spawn is, there's a giant mountain next to the AA gun, so you can't shoot anything coming in. It's only when it goes past you.
Yeah.
And by that stage, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think that needs to change. But otherwise, like, I don't hate that map. I like the fights that happen on there, like all the choke points, and sort of running circles and figuring out where you go. I really like Devastation quite a lot, mainly because there are no planes. But also, I like the maps where there aren't planes. I mean, I just don't like fucking planes. And I'm okay with tanks now because like it seems like you can deal with tanks quite easily.
Yeah. I think they need to make tanks maybe a little less easy to deal with, perhaps. But I do believe that is one of the things that's coming in the patch next week.
Mm.
They're gonna nerf the Panzerfaust a little bit, so that I think they're gonna make it take 3 rockets to kill a tank, which is, to be honest, probably appropriate.
I think it takes 3 at the moment.
Nah, 2. You can 2 it. Like,
Oh, you must have to hit at certain spots.
yeah,
I'm just terrible at that.
just wherever the fuck you can hit it.
Yeah, because I've been playing assault, support so much.
Support, yeah.
I just put the mines down, like 2 mines on top of each other, and then like 10 minutes later, I'll get tank kill. Because I'll put it at the spawn because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
They must hate me. They must get in a tank, and they're in it for like 10
Gotta
seconds.
be salty. Gotta be salty at that.
Yeah. But yeah, running as assault, I've got the TNT or dynamite, and also like the Panzer, so that's good. But yeah, I'm liking Devastation a lot. I feel like I think that's my favorite map at the moment. The only thing I'd probably change is the V1 rocket is quite hard to get into the C cap, so the one in the middle at the church. And I haven't really tried it, but because I'm fucking rarely team leader. But I'd be interested to see if you can do like the look at the ground and then just put it right at your feet, if it'll go through the window on the roof, like the broken roof, or if it's just going to hit the wall. Because I've not tried that, but that'd be interesting to see if it works. But otherwise, like, I really like that map quite a lot. Nate and I were playing it. Yeah, it was the first time. Like I said, I played Assault, and like there was shit being built that I had never seen on that map before. Like, I didn't know it was a thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've played this game so much, like 40 hours of it so far. I'm like, I did not know you could build there. We had one dude on the other team. He must have spent the whole game building, because we got to their base and like everything was fucking sandbagged up, and we're like, what the shit? Like, it would look ridiculous. And then we get to like, I think it's D. It's the one near near one of the spawns. It's like inside the theater or something like that. And that's
E.
That was completely sandbagged up, and I'm like, what? Like,
oh no, decent.
What is this? Like, there's like all this weird stuff going on. So yeah, I like that it keeps surprising me with how the building works. So,
yeah,
no, I'm digging it a lot, quite a lot. I like we've said so many times, I don't think there are any bad maps in the game.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
Makes it so good.
Exactly.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Was there anything else on the list?
That's it. That's the list.
Cool. All right. Should we talk about some news then?
There's not much news, but let's do it.
Yeah, we were struggling for this one. News: Superman World's Finest. Some rumors leaking out. Not sure if you saw any of this, but there is some talk that it's. I mean, we were all thinking that this game might have been announced at E3 this year. Rocksteady's been working on something for a while, and yeah, quite surprised that nothing was announced at E3 about that. But it's sounding like there could be a reveal at the Game Awards for Rocksteady's latest game, and then it's possibly Superman World's Finest, or even just called World's Finest. Some stuff was posted recently to a site, and also that trademark is picked up by DC, and if you go to that website, it takes you to the DC website at the moment. I think the interesting rumor that I read was that it's not a Superman game, but it's also a Superman and Batman game.
World's Finest would make sense in that sense.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really interested to see how this works. I don't know how you pull off a Superman game.
I'm fucking on board, baby. Like 100%. Yeah. Like, fuck yes. Give me that shit. I reckon Rocksteady can do it. I like 100% think they can.
We'll see.
Just whatever you do, don't make it some sort of virtual world fog or something that slows him down. Like
Yeah.
that's the main. I think it's his speed that is Superman's main problem. You can handle someone who can fly, someone who's super strong, stuff like that. But the fact that he is supposed to be faster than a speeding bullet is very difficult to replicate. I guess we have seen stuff like the Flash game prototype and stuff that
You just slow down time,
indicates,
right?
yeah,
That's how I do it.
that's how you'd have to do it. But to do it in a way that, like, it's not like Superman has a fucking mana bar, right? Like, it just is. He just is faster than a speeding bullet.
Hmm. That's why
That's
I think
the
it's going
that's
to be
the
hard to pull off because there's
that's
so
the
many
trick.
rules.
Yeah,
It's like, well, why can't I
yeah,
just do this? Why can't I just fucking
yeah.
yeah? Why am I
I'm
dying as
Superman.
Superman? Um,
Uh, I'm overpowered as fuck. It's not supposed to be happening. I'm
yeah,
supposed to be winning.
unless they do that, everybody's a kryptonite enemy.
Yeah, which yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's sounding like we might hear something out of the Game Awards. I know Rocksteady announced first Batman game there at the Game Awards back when it was called, was it the VGAs, I think?
oh yeah,
Um, and they also, I think, announced the sequel as well at VGAs. So they're known for doing stuff with Jeff Keighley. So I wouldn't
right.
be
Yeah,
surprised if we see something quite soon. When is that? I think it's next in 2 weeks.
next week.
Oh, it's next week.
Next week,
Yeah, so we'll have
we
some
we
news
we could record during it. What do you reckon?
during it, like a
Hey,
bonus episode.
if you wanted.
Because I don't
To-
think anyone is gonna want to listen to that. I think it'd have to be a
It's true.
bonus episode. Yeah.
Alright.
Um.
Whatever we do, we'll just make sure we recorded the actual podcast before. Uh, yeah, that
Yeah.
before it comes to that.
I think I read something about 10 world premieres,
10
but
fucking
we'll
hell.
see.
Well,
Right.
one of them might also be a sequel to Dragon Age Inquisition because there are some strong rumors flying around for that as well, which was the other piece of news that we had.
Sure. Go on.
That's all we've got. It's same sort of deal as Superman. Yeah, some trademarks being registered, some movement being done in that sort of area, which is indicating that yeah, we might be looking at another Dragon Age game. Um, I'm
Yep.
interested.
Yep.
I'm interested to see what they got. I didn't love Inquisition, but I didn't hate it. It was
It's different.
just it was very different,
I think it was
and
better than 2. Was it?
I thought two was. I would go back to two before I went back to Inquisition, but yeah, I think it had a lot more going for it than two. Inquisition did.
2 was
There
doing that
was
weird thing with the dungeons where every dungeon looked the fucking same. You get into
yeah,
like I'm in a cave, and then the next cave you went to was exactly the same layout. Like a door was blocked, and you're like, okay, cool, yep, this is awesome.
um, yeah. The world building Inquisition was very good. So yeah. Anyway,
Is it a
that's it.
Bioware game though?
Yes, apparently, but what does that mean anymore? Is I guess the other question, right?
Yeah.
What is a
All right. Well,
Bioware?
busy week with news. Clearly.
Huge
I mean, there was some loot box stuff that's happening in Australia. I
in the
think.
Australian government, but I haven't had a chance to look into it entirely. I did. My gut reaction was it would be interesting if the Senate inquiry could get to that, seeing how they never really got to the games thing, like the other games thing. So it'll be interesting if they somehow find the time to get to the loot box inquiry when they couldn't get to the yeah other games inquiry. But yeah, I haven't had a good look into it yet. Generally, though, I do think yeah, it is something that they need to look into, like in some form or another. Especially, like I think Australia has a tricky relationship with gambling, and so yeah, I think it's probably good for them to look into that kind of stuff. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Uh, cool. We got a question. We got a question.
Sure thing.
You ready?
Do it.
Don writes, "Hey guys, seeing you record the podcast over Discord these days, how come you can't manage to get Heath, Junglist, or Jay on the podcast every now and then? If not, then having some other special guests on the show would add to the podcast. Thanks for the show and the effort you put in every week." So, like, that's actually a pretty good question, to be honest, Don. The main reason, first of all, apart from the fact that we might be switching off Discord again next week, we're going to see how that goes because we're having technical difficulties with Discord, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we might switch away from Discord. But regardless, the main problem for me is that I know, like, I guess the landscape has changed. So, we used to record at like after work on a Tuesday, and the general pay was some sort of booze. It's changed to now we record sometime during the week, usually later in the week, probably a Thursday day, which means, Heath's out from the get-go on that one. So is Jay. And Jung works full-time now at Fandom. So, yeah, like they're all full-time now. The reason we don't regularly get on other people too is because, yeah, like I said, the landscape. Yeah, the landscape's changed, and so it's tricky to like convince people to give up a couple of hours to talk about games, when we can't really get them anything out of it. These days, everyone has to be making a buck for them to justify doing such a thing, and so we gotta like trade in favors to get people to come on. I'd love to have more people on, but I also genuinely like just talking to Luke about this stuff. So I definitely see your point, and I definitely agree to some extent. But it's just, I guess the realities of it are it's hard to convince people to come on sometimes. I don't want to get Nate, who is chasing that money, to kill a couple of hours out of his week at random time whenever the fuck Luke wakes up to do the podcast when he might not get anything out of it.
I mean, he enjoys coming on every once in a while. Like, hey, I want to talk about this stuff.
Absolutely. And if he wants to come on, and he does ask to come on sometimes, like, and if he wants to come on, 100%, I'm like, do it. He's there. He's on in a heartbeat. It's mostly just a question of not wanting to impose upon people. I do, like I said though, Don, I definitely agree. It could improve the podcast, and when we do have guests, it does improve it. It's just, it's
and the technical aspect.
Well, there is that too.
Because we changed the way we record. So, like, at the moment, what Joab's been doing the last couple of weeks is he'll send me his audio file from his end. The way we were doing it was I'd record both audio. Like, you'd basically hear what you're hearing through my PC, like what Joab sound like. So the quality is not as good as Joab sending me his like raw file. The tricky part about that is that I've got to fucking try and line it up, and that can be a pain in the ass sometimes because you've obviously got latency. And so Joab's not like, because the way latency works, right? You're like, I'm talking, I'll stop, and then like the audio is off sync, if you know what I mean. So trying to line that up can be a bit tricky, and then imagine trying to do another one. Fucking 4 people.
And like you think about think back to when we were doing Skype and getting people to call in, and Jung would still call in regularly. Remember how I used to fucking call in on like, I don't know what he was using. I think it was like a can and some string as his microphone or something, like, because he always sounded like fucking shit. Like, obviously he's got, golden pipes. He's got that sweet Texan accent, but he just sounded like he was calling in from fucking Mars or some shit. He just landed. It's like,
But
I'm like,
also, Skype is terrible at audio quality.
yeah,
It's really
that
bad.
is
That's why we switched
very
to
bad.
Discord as well.
Yeah, which is another piece of the puzzle, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, there's software out there I know that does it, like websites where you have like a lobby, and everybody joins it, and then it like outputs everybody's files to you. But then again, that's something we'd have to. I think you have to pay for that as well. So
right.
maybe one day when we're earning the big bucks, but that's yet to happen in the last 10 years.
When is our 10th birthday?
It'll be next year. I think we just did 9 in August.
When did we? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Solid.
So yeah, there's some good reasons.
Some reasons, yeah. Good question though, Don. Thanks for writing in as well, and yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for the kind words. Guess that's it. Shall we wrap up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. The Gap, that's us. You can find us on iTunes, Android, Windows Store, and also Spotify now. You'll find us on The Gap, the GA Podcast. I think that's about it. Yeah. If you search for us in those things, you'll be able to rate and review us. Like I said, yes, we're on Spotify now, finally. Apparently we were always on there, but something weird was going on. It just wasn't listed. And
Why do we want to be on Spotify?
what's that?
Like, what does it add?
More people.
What does being on Spotify add? Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the stats.
Do we get ad revenue from people streaming it?
No, we don't get ad revenue anyway from anywhere.
No, but like, doesn't Spotify, if you're not on premium, doesn't Spotify like charge? Doesn't it play ads and shit?
I think
We're
that's
not getting a
for
cut of
songs.
that ad.
Could you
But
imagine them
fuck
putting ads in our podcast? There'd be like 400.
Yeah,
It'd be
that's
like
one.
that
That's
guy's
one.
YouTube video that you're watching.
I'm sitting here making a fucking gag about making fun of this dude for all his ads, and then, like, unbeknownst to us, Spotify is injecting 4 billion fucking ads into our thing, and I look like a giant dickhead.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
I
the
know. I
dream.
don't. I don't think it's putting ads. I mean, because I pay for Spotify, but when I used to not pay for it,
Yeah,
they would play ads occasionally, like after
16,
songs.
16 decibels louder than the song did.
Yeah.
Song play.
I don't see them putting ads in. Like, I'm
Right.
pretty sure they don't do it. It's fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, so you can find us on those places and YouTube as well. You can find us thegapodcast.com/Spotify. If you go to that site or that link, it'll take you to our Spotify page where you can subscribe to us there. Or if you go to thegapodcast.com/YouTube, that will also take you to our YouTube page where you can watch us talking right now. Or not. You can just listen to us. If you want to email us, you do that as well, the gapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/gapodcast. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/gapodcast. And our website, thegapodcast.com, has all the links to things we just talked about, including past episodes of the show. And if you want to help support this site, or the site in general, you can go to patreon.com/the GA podcast. Thanks to everybody that does that every month. We have a new Patreon member, Liam M.
Thanks, Liam,
Thank you very much.
and thank you to all our patrons.
Yep,
You're
helps
awesome.
us pay the bills, site
Yep.
costs. And, you can also jump onto our Discord page, thegapodcast.com/Discord. Leaves questions like Don did. Or you
Yep.
can play games.
Looks like we're going to have a couple of extra people jumping in to play Battlefield with us.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, we're talking about it in the general channel.
Right, didn't see that. Wasn't Frisco playing the other day?
He was. That was pretty good. He was playing with a 200 ping or some shit.
Right.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. We were head peeking each other, and my superior ping of 9 gave me the edge. Yeah, and my KE7. Yeah, it's good. It's good fun. It's good fun playing. Like, yeah, I don't know if playing with 200 ping is fun, but yeah, it's just we get a shitload of people going.
Right.
On Battlefield. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
Cool.
I made a channel to play Red Dead in as well, if we were so inclined. Though we could probably also use the PlayStation Party system. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, options.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Awesome. Good stuff. You can find me at twitter.com/Luke Lawrie. You can go to Survivor, check out some of my work. This week I've got had some Just Cause 4 stuff go up.
Oh yeah, cool.
Top 5 things we're excited to see more of in Just Cause 4. A listicle. There you go.
Listicle, nice.
Yes.
Yep.
It was a preview at one stage.
Oh,
I changed it to a listicle.
fair enough. For them clicks, baby.
Well, that and because the embargo for that was up before we actually saw the game.
Sure. Yeah.
So I needed to do something
Different.
like I wrote it and I was like, this just makes no sense anymore. So there's no point doing this. Yep. What about you? Got anything going on?
Yeah, go to Red Bull and check out my I look at the competitive comp anal is what me and Nate call them. Competitive analysis of artifacts, whether or not it has competitive potential. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. It's basically a review, but from esports angle. And yeah, it's a good write up, I think. I don't know. I'm pretty pointed in breaking down why I don't think it currently has esports potential, because
Right.
there are like the strong decks are too strong, and so it'll just be stale to watch, basically, and there's too much RNG. But yeah, yeah. So there's that, and yeah, I got to go shave half my beard off. If you're listening at home, you can't see this, but my razor died halfway through shaving, and so it looks like I have mange.
It's pretty
yeah.
good. This is the type of quality content you get on YouTube. When everybody's been watching this for the past 2 hours, being like, what the fuck is wrong with Job's face?
What's going on with his face?
Now you know.
Two-face, baby.
Ridiculous.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. All right.
It's had an hour and 40 minutes to charge, so hopefully that's long enough to finish off shaving my face.
Yeah, you'd want to think so.
You'd hope. Yeah.
All right, that's it. Next week, I think we'll talk about the. We'll try and do the Game Awards thing, right? Do you know what day it's on?
Friday, I think.
It'll be a weekend, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe we'll try and do something for that. What else can we do? Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of news. Speaking of Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
You and I were nominated in the Australian Games Awards under the Best Games Journalist of the Year. Is that the category?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Yeah. What's the website for that? AustralianGameAwards.com.
AustralianGamesAwards.com if you want to go and vote for either of us.
Yep.
I really do not care, so...
I'm not that fussed. I do not think that I am the Games Journalist of the Year. I am the Esports Journalist of the Year. There's no question about that, obviously. But yeah, I'm not the Games Journalist of the Year. So go vote for Luke, I reckon.
No.
Get him out there.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, I think it's a good starting point.
Yep.
But until they change it to a panel, like a judging panel, it's just a popularity contest in a day with who's got the most fucking social media followers or who advertises it the most. I haven't even written anything about it because I frankly do not care much in its
I wrote
form.
a single tweet.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate the effort. And it's a cool idea.
Totally. It's good to have something. But yeah. And also the esports highlights that they've listed.
Yep.
They've missed 2 of the best ones. So actually I might make my own the Aussie Esports Players of the Year. Yeah. Because first of all, I don't think that Tainted Minds like walkout clip should be a highlight of the year. I think that is it's a terrible waste. It's super entertaining, and I think they did a great thing with it by auctioning off the car to charity, but it was not a highlight clip of the year. There was no gamesmanship involved in that. That was just generally amusing, and I think it takes away from. Ironically, I think that's going to win when another Tainted Minds team deserves to win, because I think the Tainted Minds come back against Phase Optic, one of them, in the Call of Duty, where they had to that comeback series is one of the best I've ever seen. It was huge, and it's stupid to me that it might not win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, the one that was missed was the PUBG one from the competition down in Melbourne, where what's his face, where somebody killed like 3 players and then went on to win the game, like 3v1. He won the 3v1 in the last circle to win the game. That was fucking epic. That was awesome. That deserves to be up there. I would probably put it as second.
Is that an order player?
Could be now.
Anyway.
Now we're going to find it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a shot at them for the Fallout 76 being nominated in multiplayer/online title of the year.
So good. So funny. That was delicious. That was a very good video.
Oh, okay.
Effa from Athletica going 1v3 versus Pathologic in the Zemo. Because Athletica also won that, and they would not have won if he had not won that game. So, yeah, it was pretty huge.
I was going to add that I didn't even look at the Game of the Year nominations for it, but apparently Fallout is on that list as well. I'm just like, what? Yeah. Did they just put in anything that got a nomination? Well, that'll do.
That's how we got nominated. Luke.
Yeah, somebody put one.
Don't shatter the, yeah.
And they were just like, whatever.
Fucking, I got nominated. Screw it. Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's it. I gotta go shave.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Bye.